How's it going, YouTube? THATSA here, bringing you the second round of the Nugget Bridge Major tournament I'm doing at nuggetbridge.com. This is game 1 against Ezreal. This team of mine, you see it on the bottom left, it's going to be Manectric, Vivillon, Talonflame, and Gudra. I threw this together like last minute. I was busy trading with a teammate to let him borrow stuff to rank up his ladder ranking, and my team was left in a shambles. My Gudra doesn't even have an item. I completely forgot to put it on it. Normally I put a Habomberry on there, and well, the Habomberry, if you don't know it, it lets you cut the power of dragon type moves in half. So if you think about it, Gudra can already trade with most Pokemon in the game, you know. Talonflame can't trade with it, Gyarados can't trade with it, Kangaskhan can trade with it, but at the end, Kangaskhan has like 2 or 3 speed reductions, so you can always revenge kill it. Gudra will always trade evenly with any Pokemon, other than fast dragons like Garchomp and physical attack Salamence. So I thought, well, I might as well just put a Habomberry on it to cut the power of dragon type moves, so I can trade with them too. But then I don't have my Habomberry on it because I was lending it to somebody. Also, I'm not using my Kangaskhan, I'm using a Manectric, which is my second choice. It works out pretty well in these games, but yeah, I really would have wished I had my Kangaskhan. I'm fighting against Salamence, Talonflame, Rotom Wash, and Kangaskhan, a really standard team that you could see at a lot of VGCs. That's about as standard as it gets. I don't remember what his last two were. Maybe they'll be in the next game, I just don't remember. But I remember that these are the core of his team. I expected the whole time his Salamence to be Choice Scarfed. Life Orb usually standard on Talonflame, Megastone on Mega Kangaskhan, and Citrus on Rotom. So his team's very standard. That's good and bad. There's some teams that just can't beat that. But once you can analyze everything about their team, their EVs, their items, everything about them, you can really beat it with almost anything. So let's just get into the game. Alright. So, Ezreal is going to be issuing a challenge, and yeah, I didn't even know I actually didn't have my Habomberry until the end of this game. It was kind of funny, and I couldn't put it on because that'd be breaking the rules, so I had to play the second game without it too. Alright, so I lead with my Manectric and my Vivillon, and I'm expecting a Fake Out and maybe a Thunderbolt or a Hydro Pump. I decide to Mega Evolve, get the nice Intimidate off on that Kangaskhan, and pop a Double Protect. Now, one thing to note is if Manectric intimidates Kangaskhan, even if it's a full adamant Kangaskhan, the return won't kill my Vivillon. And even though it hits twice, it still won't kill my Vivillon. High end leaves me at about 5 or 6 HP. So that's really good to note. Like I said, I'm going for a Double Protect, and I think I'm in a pretty good spot here. Our leads are pretty even. I would say I have the lead in the leads, 60-40. Now, a lot of people have been copying Kangaskhan leads. I think a couple pro players did it at the VGCs, so most people that did it put a lot of investment in HP, so these Kangaskhan's are usually pretty slow. You see, the next turn starts, I go for a Thunderbolt on his Rotom just to proc the Citrus Berry. I don't want that happening later in the game, and a Sleep Powder on his Kangaskhan, because like I said, most of them are slow. I personally run a Jolly one. I think it's better for situations like this, but Vivillon's so uncommon that, you know, you can get away with running the slow one. So he goes for a Thunderbolt on my Vivillon. You know, that's fine. He went last in the turn, and I was letting that happen. It was okay. Now he's gonna pop a Protect at the start of this turn. I was going for the Sleep Powder on him, but that's okay. I also get a Thunderbolt off on the Kangaskhan. So just standard damage on the Kangaskhan. It's okay. And that's one turn that the Kangaskhan is asleep. Or sorry, that's 2 turns. He was asleep on the first turn. So Thunderbolt's gonna go off on Kangaskhan again. It's gonna get him really low. And Sleep Powder is finally getting hit on that Rotom. I was thinking about nuking the Kangaskhan, but I think it's just safer to put the Rotom asleep. So Kangaskhan's gonna wake up obviously and go for the return on my Manectric. Now remember, I did get the Intimidate off, or that most likely would have killed. So Intimidate's really making plays here. So Manectric's gonna go for Protect. Now what I have to do here is pop a Protect with my Manectric because Sucker Punch is gonna come out. It didn't really matter who it came out on. I couldn't even attack my Vivillon. I have to go for the Sleep Powder to put it back asleep. So him waking up that turn was really unfortunate for me. It just really completely slowed any momentum I had for a full turn because I had to take a turn and not do anything. But it did reset his sleep timer, so it wasn't all for naught. Manectric's going to go for the Thunderbolt on the Rotom this time because Kangaskhan's going to be asleep for a while, and Vivillon's going to go for the Bug Buzz. I actually just need to kill this Kangaskhan. I can't have it waking up. Now, a smarter move could have been potentially to Bug Buzz the Rotom to kill it, because it has a lower sleep timer. You know, it's okay. He wakes up, he kills my Vivillon, And I'd rather have the Kangaskhan dead than the Rotom dead, because it's just a bigger threat. And I remember that he did have a Salamence and a Talonflame in his team preview, so I was expecting one of them to come out, and there's a Talonflame. So it's really okay that my Vivillon died there, because it would have been useless against both those Pokemon. He decides to switch out his Rotom. He can always use that later against and send in his Salamence to get a really nice Intimidate off of my Talonflame. Now this is a Choice Band Talonflame. I really don't like using Talonflame, but my team was in a shambles, so I had to make do with what I had, and I guess I had Talonflame. It's just too straightforward for me. I don't like it. I get the Brave Bird off on his Talonflame. He won the Speed tie, and because of the Intimidate, it's not going to get a kill. And I'm pretty sure that he doesn't have any HP investment because my Talonflame has full speed, so he won the speed tie. It's not like he's scarfed or anything. I find out right here that he's Life Orbed. I just spotted my Manectric there. That was completely fine. I'm trading extremely inefficiently, but I've seen all 4 of his Pokemon, and I think I can make do with my last Pokemon, Goodra. So I get the Brave Bird off with my Talonflame on his Talonflame, and then I'll die to whatever stupid Dragon attack his Salamence uses. That's the plan, at least. Alright, so his Salamence goes for Draco Meteor, and I'm like, whoa, I guess you want to like really take out this Talonflame, but like you're completely useless now. Maybe he queued up the Draco. No, he queued up the Draco knowing he would kill my Manectric. I don't know why he would go for Draco. I think Dragon Pulse would have done a fine job. I would have killed myself to recoil with whatever move I use next turn, or he could have just killed me with a Draco. It's okay. Goodra is supposed to have a Bomb Berry, which means he can trade with Salamence and then kill Rotom. I pop up Protect, just making sure that the Salamence doesn't have Protect, because that would be a really good turn to Protect bait. And it's Scarfed. You know, it's okay, he's Scarfed. And Rotom's going for Will-O-Wisp, that's fine. This turn, Rotom goes for Protect, expecting me to attack it. That's a pretty good play, but I know what I need to kill. He goes for the Draco, and I don't see my berry activate, so I'm like, whoa, wait, do I not have an item? What the hell? And his Draco hits me for a lot of damage, you know? If he wasn't already at a -2 special attack, that probably would have almost killed. So I get my Dragon Pulse off from the Salamence. It's gonna kill it, and he's gonna go down, and it's gonna be just Rotom. And remember, he did use a Protect this turn, so alright, so start of next turn, he goes for the Hydro Pump. Obviously, Hydro Pump's not going to do anything to Goodra. I think it would have been better to go for the Thunderbolt, because Thunderbolt could have parried 10%, and I could have been parried. But I'm going to kill it with Goodra. So it's pretty funny. We're winning with a Goodra with no item. You know, you don't really see that often. What really sucks is that I can't switch it out. I can't put the item on it, because you're not allowed to like change your team or mess with it in between games. But I did get a lot of intel. I saw that his Talonflame was Life Orbed. I saw that his Rotom had a Citrus, obviously, and his Salamence, I'm pretty sure it was Scarfed, because it could have had a really few good opportunities to use Protect, and it didn't. So pretty much this game pretty much guarantees my victory for the next game, which you guys will see in the next video. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you guys next time.